Hello, smart viewers! Welcome to Face to Face with me, William Bernaldi, and as usual, I'm gonna bring various topics and various unique topics in each episode. And for today's episode, I'm gonna discuss about a topic that's quite interesting. It's like a hobby. And it involves about traveling. So for this first segment, I'm gonna bring some reasons why everyone should do traveling. Yeah, should travel. Yeah. So the first reason is that why do we need to travel is that because we need to challenge ourselves. So you might feel like you're stuck in the rut of your daily life, or you're yearning for something exciting and different. Maybe you're craving new experiences or new challenges. So travel is the ideal place to test yourself. So traveling tend to push people to their limits and gets them outside their comfort zone. So maybe you'll discover how resourceful you are when you're exposed to new places, people, and experiences. It's about finding your way around a busy city, or ordering a meal when you don't speak the language. You'll feel pride when you finish your trip successfully. So overcoming challenges will bring you joy and energy for future tests. Yeah, you will realize how capable you are and build your confidence. So the second reason is that it's about learning. So learning is a strong reason why people love to travel. Travelers tend to want to experience something unfamiliar and live with new skills or knowledge. So seeing the world is more educational than a high school or a college class. Yeah. So this condensed crash courses in discovering how the rest of the world lives is actually will cover subjects like history, geography, and sociology. So every destination has something unique to teach visitors, and immersing themselves in a completely different world is the best learning experience. The third reason is that you can expand your perspective. So another reason why people love to travel is that it helps open people's mind. It opens mind. So you will realize that there's no one way to live life. Meeting people from other places will show you that your worldview isn't the same as everyone else. And you can imagine how different life is in another place until you see it from yourself. Yeah. So everything from work to family to beliefs to interests is not what you might expect from your own experience. So the different setting will also help you discover and consider fresh ideas you hadn't thought of before. Yeah. So you'll come home with different notions and possibilities, and by being exposed to new places, people, and culture, you'll develop a wider world view. So and that will make you a better rounded global citizen. Yeah. So it's a great reward and a big reason why people love to travel. The fourth reason is that you will get in touch of yourself a little bit more. So getting away from home gives you the opportunity to reflect on your life. So you have the needed time and space to let your mind wander and take stock. So traveling is one of the best ways to learn more about yourself. Everyday traveling brings a new set of issues and opportunities. So the way you handle those also gives you insights into who you are. You'll come home knowing yourself better and with a fresh perspective on what you want out of life. The experience will likely change your life. Yeah. And the last reason is that you will appreciate your life a little bit more. Yeah. When you're mired into your daily life, it's easy to lose sight of what you have. So your eyes aren't open to what's really special about your home. Yeah. Exploring other places will give you a fresh appreciation for your hometown, country, and real life. Yeah. Once you're back, you will feel lucky to live where you do, and you'll see that there really is no place like home. Yeah. So that's the reasons why people need to travel, why you need to travel. And for the next segment, I'm gonna invite a related guest, involves traveling. Yeah. of course, related to the topic. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned on Face to Face. Hello smart viewers, welcome back to Face, still with me, William Grinaldi, and related to the previous segment, I'm gonna talk more about traveling, and here, for this segment, I'm gonna invite a special guest for today's episode related to traveling, you know, a traveler. Yeah. Hello, yeah, maybe you can introduce yourself briefly to the smart viewers so they can get to know you.
Hello, William.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone watching at home.
Yeah.
My name is Brian Cogliho. I'm from Panama, Central America, and I've been traveling around many places in the world now, and I finally found a place I like a lot, and I'm settling for now.
Oh yeah, and it's Indonesia.
Yeah.
It's Indonesia, and maybe you can share more about how you found your kind of like your passion about what you're passionate about traveling, like. Maybe get back to the story a little bit. Yeah.
The passion about traveling. Passion about traveling. It's a good question because it comes all to learning. Learning what we learn from other cultures,
yeah.
the people that we meet, how we create bonds with people, the experiences that we live. All of this stuff are things that highly affect our life, in my opinion.
Yeah. So maybe you can share about how many places have you ever been going to? Traveling. Share your traveling experience a little bit. Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so I cannot mention like too many places.
Yeah, like maybe like
because I'm a lot of I've gone probably to 28 states of America.
Oh. Okay.
I have lived in 3 of them actually.
Oh. Yeah.
Have gone through my last trip was 3 months ago, and I came for the first time here to Indonesia.
Yeah.
I went to different cities around. I think it was Tanjung Lesung. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yeah, Tanjung Lesung.
Karimun Jawa. Karimun Jawa.
Karimun. Yeah.
I went to Semarang.
So.
I did Bali. Almost went to Papua. Almost. I heard a lot about it.
Oh yeah.
I've been interested.
The next to the list. Yeah.
Next to the list. Sometime close.
And also, if you can share about, you said that you tend to stay here in Indonesia. Maybe you could share the reason why, what intrigues you about this country. Yeah.
What intrigued me about this country? The first time when I came here, I was thinking, okay, this is gonna be a whole new experience. Coming from the other side of the world, coming from Latin America, going to Asia, it's gonna be something completely different, something new. I came knowing that, and I went to different places around Asia. And during those 3 months, I personally felt more comfortable here. Felt comfortable, like it's somewhere where I can learn something new, completely new culture, completely new people, and still gain the most out from it, and still be a little more on the comfortable side. But not too much in the comfortable area, Like you always have to come out of your comfort zone to make this kind of move.
Maybe like what kind of aspects did you find interesting about Indonesia? Like maybe the culture, or maybe the weather, or is it the same as in your origin country, home country?
Oh, the weather is the same as the main country. In Latin America, Panama.
Yeah.
Same weather. We have the same weather. It's humid. It's hot, and it rains too.
Oh, it rains too.
But what I found very amusing is the different varieties of food that Indonesia has to offer.
Oh yeah.
The type of food.
It all comes down to the food.
That's one of the factors. One of them. But it also comes down to the people.
It's also the people. Like maybe maybe you share what is the interesting thing about the food that you like the most in Indonesia, or maybe share your interesting experience, about the food or the people here.
So one of my first experiences around was, I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks after I arrived for the first time here in Indonesia. Well, for the second time now. I met a family of people here in Indonesia, and they were so friendly. They took me to eat in a restaurant, and they took me to eat Padang food.
Oh, Padang.
Padang food. And they showed me like this beef. It's called
curry
rendang,
beef.
right?
Yeah, rendang.
Rendang.
The beef curry.
We don't tend to eat that spicy in our side of the world.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
we eat spicy, but not
Not
that spicy.
that level,
Not that level of spiciness.
Yeah.
But I was like, I tasted it, and I was like, hey, I like this. I like this. Then they told me, oh, this takes so long to make. And it's like a very big specialty, and it's one of the top foods in the world, right?
Yeah, it's foods in the world also. It's like one of the most food people like to try, and they tend to actually enjoy it. Yeah. So, what about your impression of the people here? Like, how is it different from other countries, or for the experience?
Honestly, the word I can put in this is friendly. People are friendly. Like, literally, in the moment that we start talking or something, people are very helpful when they can, like, obviously language is a barrier.
Yeah.
And I, as a person now living temporarily in Indonesia, I'm trying to learn the language. And by doing that, that has found friendliness in people. A lot of friendliness. It's been, because that's one of the things I see, that people see that you're trying to learn their language, you're trying to accommodate to their culture. And I find that it's a very amusing thing.
About connecting people, try to, bring conversations, something like that. Yeah.
As much as you can.
Yeah. Okay, so the discussion is getting more interesting, but we're gonna have to take a little break. So don't go anywhere. You have to still stay tuned on Face to Face. Hello, smart viewers. Welcome back to Face to Face, and continuing our discussion with Brian here. Still talking about his passion about traveling. Yes. So, previously we discussed about how you build your interaction to the people so that you can get the most out of the society, the community, or even the culture of your countries you ever been visited to. Maybe you can share about one of the most, maybe unforgettable or memorable experience, or maybe embarrassing moments, or something like that. Memorable experience on the country you ever been to.
The most memorable experience I have had definitely was a 5-day trip, actually. It was a 5-day trip. Driving. He was driving from coast to coast. I remember going from Orlando, Florida, in US, and driving all the way to Los Angeles, California. It was a 5-day travel. Normally, they say it's a 2-day travel.
But you spend the most time on the road.
Hey, if you're going to make that kind of travel, you better stop somewhere, right? Like, get to know the cities that you're going through and get to see that, right?
Yeah.
Make the most out of it.
What are the activities you done, on the 5-day trip? That 5-day trip, like, what do you found most, and what or like the lesson learned you got from that?
Even thought the people are from the same country.
Yeah.
They are all from United States.
Yeah.
People are very different. The culture is different. Also, over there, the laws,
Yeah.
the laws are different.
You need to
it
understand about the rules and the laws. Yeah.
It was like, wow,
Yeah.
I'm in a completely different country.
Oh yeah, yeah.
In the moment I came here, I was like, and people, like the way they do things, the way they express themselves, it's also different. That surprisingly, the way of talking also changes.
Oh.
Even though they're in the same country.
Yeah, but
And
the way people communicate is quite different also. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though it's in the same continent. Yeah.
In the same country.
Yeah, yeah.
And also, the foods also change. a
Oh
lot.
yeah, the food's also different. And here we have some of your photos that we can discuss. Yeah, maybe we can take a little
Oh my
look
God.
a little bit, just to discuss.
What we got here?
Yeah, surprise.
Oh, gosh.
Okay. Okay.
Oh.
Maybe you can share about about this photo. You can.
Okay, so this is when I first came here to Indonesia actually,
Oh yeah.
and this is the South African National Day.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
This is South African National Day. They were celebrating their independence, so this is what they were celebrating, and they invited.
Oh, yeah. And maybe the next photo, yeah. Oh yeah, looking zen over there. Yeah.
Had to.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, the environment inspires you to do something like that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
This was in Borobudur,
Yeah,
if I'm not
Borobudur,
mistaken.
yeah.
And this was my first time here in Indonesia.
Oh, what do you find the most interesting about Borobudur?
The most interesting,
Most
how
interesting.
specific, like how detailed the place is, how detailed the place is, the type of architecture that it has.
Yeah.
Because in our side of the world we don't have this
Yeah.
kind of things, and when we see this kind of things in the first time, it's like, wow.
Yeah, it was built like hand by hand, like.
It's gorgeous. It's
Yeah, like really by hand.
How long did it took these guys to make this, to build this? Like,
Yeah.
and the kind of mind, like, hey, someone had to say, this has to look like this, and we had to make it this way. The amount of effort the people
yeah.
put to this. You can see it nowadays, and it's gorgeous.
Yeah, yeah. And this, we can share.
This was from the Spain National Day.
Oh, Spanish.
Spain National Day. They were celebrating their day.
Oh yeah, yeah. So, like maybe you can share about your activity, what you do here, what you do at the the events that you go to. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk a little about that. I'm currently working in the Ecuador embassy.
Oh yeah.
So we in the Latin community, we have like you can say like a small family. We're a small family, and
Yeah.
we all know each other. We talk and we go out every now and then here in Indonesia. And well, me being a Panamanian, I have a very good and tight relationship with the Panamanian embassy. You can
yeah.
say.
So here, this is one of the activities. Yeah.
Yes, this is
Yeah.
one of the activities. And
Maybe
Actu-
share about this photo.
this one over here, this
Lot
was
of
from
selfie.
in Taichung Lesun actually.
Oh,
This was
Taichung
in Taichung Lesun, and for those who would like to know, this is a Mongolian cultural center. Here they are trying to teach people about the Mongolian type of living, about the nomadic life.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And this was the inauguration. This was the first day of the opening day.
Oh yeah.
So we were invited to that, and it
It's
was
quite,
quite a fun
interesting. Yeah, it's about nomadic culture. Yeah.
Exactly. So for all those that want to go, it is in Taichung Lesun.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's quite interesting. And yeah.
Oh my God.
with with the snakes.
This one was okay. Here's the thing about this one. This wasn't in a car-free Sunday. I heard about the car-free Sunday,
Oh yeah, car-free.
and I was
Jakarta.
like, "Hey, let's go walk." And I've been doing a little blogging around. I was like, "Let's walk a little," you know.
Oh yeah.
And I see this guy with a snake, and I was like, I have to record this. Like he was doing tricks and things with the snake, and I was like,
Oh, yeah.
I found it amusing. I went to record it, and in the moment they saw me recording it, it was like, hey, come, and the people were like, you know, a little peer pressure plays a little, you know. But it was a fun experience. I mean, it was something daring. I'm gonna admit, it was something daring.
Yeah.
But in the end, it was something I found a little lesson about that. A little lesson about that. Like, things sometimes can be daring, but there's also something worth in it.
Yeah. So that's also maybe one of lessons learned about you got from traveling. Yeah. So maybe you can share about some personal tips about why people need to travel. Your personal tips. Yeah.
Personal tips.
Yeah. And why the reason why people need to travel.
Why people need travel, personal tips. It all comes down to, honestly, when people say the word travel, you think about, oh, I'm gonna spend thousands of dollars. Oh, I'm gonna spend, I don't know, hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Yeah. Come on, it doesn't come down to that. It comes down to organization. It comes down to making a plan, go book your tickets, go to websites, check every day. Hey, 3 months ahead, 5 months in ahead, check your tickets. One time, I remember seeing, like, from Panama to Miami, $120.
Oh, yeah.
That's so cheap.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
going
it's
from
upon how to manage, how to manage your trip. Yeah.
Talking about that, I recently made in my blog travel on the budget. I went to Singapore. I ate. Yeah. I travel. I stay in the place in the hostel for 4 nights. I think it was 5 nights. 5 days. 5 days it was.
5 days.
And 4 nights. And with food, going to Universal Studios, going here and there, it only cost what? My budget did $280. So that's around 4 million, 3 million, 3 point something million.
Oh, yeah.
Rupiah.
It was quite cheap. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
See,
everything.
Really, it all comes down to your, how you manage your, expenses or something like that.
Exactly.
So you could share about, your next plan, your next travel list, your next go-to list.
My next go-to place, like right now, it will be Flores. I want to go to Flores, and I want to go to Papua. I haven't been able to go to Papua. I heard about it, and I want to go there while I'm here in Indonesia. But my travel destination, where I would like to go someday in my life, Kathmandu, Nepal.
Oh, Nepal.
I want to go to the travel.
It's near also.
Yeah. So I need to take advantage while I'm still here.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, maybe you can share also about how people can get your story connected to the stories, like your social media.
If you would like to know more about what I do, how to connect with me, if you have any questions, you can write to me. You just DM me in Instagram or YouTube or Twitter. You can find me under Bry Cogley, BryCogley, or my personal brand, My Newfound Life.
At My Newfound Life. So thank you so much for joining and share about your traveling stories on Face to Face. Hope you will you get what you want, travel, at least going to Nepal. Okay. So thank you so much. I'm William Rinaldi. We'll see you on another episode of Face to Face. Bye-bye.